ครู่นะครับขออนุญาตนะฮะแชร์แป๊บสักครู่นะครับสักครู่นะครับผมเดี๋ยวใจเย็นอะไรมาถึงก็สู้เลยเดี๋ยวสิใจเย็น2 ตัวเหรอเด้ยังไม่พร้อมเลยมาถึงอะไรเนี่ย แตกเคาน์เตอร์ตายเหรอโอ้โหมาถึงก็สู้เลยลืมไปว่าเราต้องโหลดเกมโอเคมากับยังเมืองฮะไปดูภารกิจหลักต่อ
Seeing troops amassing at every border crossing. Clive, you're back.
คุณกลับมาแล้วคลาย
And with glad tidings for once. Hugo Kupka is no more.
Well, I'll be. All of our comrades who lost their lives back at Sid's place.
โอเคครับหลังจากที่เราเคลียร์ขับกะไปได้ครับ
Right now.
We had a stolus from Lubor saying Drake's fang had fallen. I expect that was your doing as well, was it?
It's a long story.
One for the history books, I'll bet.
Welcome home, Clive.
It's good to be back. You look better.
I feel it. Which means I'm coming on your next little adventure. You're not leaving me behind again.
Wouldn't dream of it. Otto, any word on the royalist movements since I've been away?
Shouldn't you be putting your feet up? If you really want to know, go and have a word with Vivian.
Thank you. I will.
Okay, เป้าหมายต่อไป
The conquering hero returns. And with hardly a scratch on him.
ในที่สุดฮีโร่ของเราก็กลับมา
Well, the fact that you came straight to me instead of visiting our resident Physica suggests that you picked up something more important. A scent.
ไม่ได้จับไป2 วันเต็มๆอะ
of Waludas.
The very same. But whatever plans Kupka was hatching with the royalists, he took them to his grave, as did his men, slaughtered by the orcs who'd taken over the Fang. Orcs, Vivian. I've never seen such creatures in Storm before. The Waludas must have ferried them over from Ash, but why? Why work to rescue Kupka only to invade his home, the mother crystal of an allied nation, and let both fall? It makes no sense.
Do you know the tale of the blind men and the adamantus? One can often be led astray by focusing too closely on individual details. One must instead see the bigger picture. And what bigger picture is there than my map?
โอเคครับชอบฉากแผนที่ของ
The
เป็นน่าสน
kingdom
ใจ
of
มากเลยแต่ว่า
Wulud claims dominion over all of Ash. It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant of Odin. The Canvarian War of Independence in 849. The Battle of the Twin Realms in 865. The Battle of Belinus Tor in 873. Wheresoever his armies fought, Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest.
มาดูเป้าหมายต่อไปครับว่าเรา
But
จะ
of
ไปที่ไหน
late, the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest. Battle rages for control of the crystalline dominion. Yet Tharm sends not a single ship in support of his Dalmekian allies. Meanwhile, the Blight ravages great swathes of Ash. Yet warlike Wulud shows not the faintest interest in laying claim to untouched lands. So why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's
พวก
Fang,
ออก
only to make no attempt to claim the mother crystal for Wulud? It can hardly be for lack of men. Tharm's armies rival any in the Twins. No. We have not seen the last of the Wuluda standard. Odin will ride again. It is but a question of when. And on that day, who will be trampled underfoot? In summary, I know not to what end the royalists betrayed Kupka. I know only that it is part of some broader scheme. A scheme tied to the ambitions of one man.
King Barnabas.
But
King
there is no need
Barnabas.
to wallow in confusion. If one is to cure
ราชา
sickness,
บานาบัส
one must first identify the symptoms. And your
ผู้ครอบครอง
Lord
โด
Uncle
มิเนน
has
ต์แห่งโอดิน
volunteered
ฮะ
to do just that by keeping an eye on the royalists' movements.
อย่าบอกนะต่อไปคือบานาบัสอะ
Into this.
Indeed he is. Which means all that remains for us to do is await his reports. Well, not quite all in your case. The people of the hideaway must hear the news. Justice has been done. Hugo Kupka is dead. The wounds he left that night are still raw, especially for those who lived with Sid the longest. Tell them that those wounds might finally begin to heal. Consider it the price of today's instruction.
I've never known you to be sentimental.
เซติเมนทั
What
ล
can I say? I am only human. And we are, all of us, sentimental animals at heart.
I suppose we are. Very well. I'll go and spread the word.
ออกจากเงา
Ah, my favorite pupil. One must understand one's place in the world.
โอเคเป้าหมายต่อไปของเราอยู่นี่
The state of the realm is ever changing, Clive.
ต้องคุย
Blackthorn.
What is it? I'm busy.
ยังยุ่งอยู่
I
นะ
wanted to tell
มีอะไร
you that Hugo Kupka is dead.
หลังจากที่เราฆ่าครบกะได้แล้วครับผม ดูซิมีอะไรมาใหม่บ้าง
How long I've been waiting to hear those words.
beginning under a new Sid.
งั้นก็เข้าสู่การเริ่มต้นครั้งใหม่สิ
We'll try to live up to the name.
เดี๋ยวดิมีอะไรบ้าง
What's that for you, dear? Not bad, if I do say so myself.
Mission Level 2
Yeah, that should do you. And
1,900อัพให้หมดไปทีละท่าครับมาตรงนี้ต่อโอ้โหไปไม่ได้ไอเทม
Well, someone looks pleased with himself. It's true what I'm hearing then.
Nothing escapes you, Lady Karen.
เลดี้ชารอน
It's true.
คุณไม่หนีไปไหนเลยหลังจาก
He's dead.
คุณทราบข่าวว่า
No more looking over
เขา
our
กะตายแล้ว
shoulders. Good. I'm starting to get a crick in my neck. Don't let it go to your head though.
มีอะไรเพิ่มมาอีกไหม
Don't just stand there gawping. You're rubbing me blind, you know.
70,000 กว่าเพลงราคา 40,000
It'd better all be here.
อันนี้เพลง
You're rubbing me blind, you know.
แพลตินัมแคนนอน
Is that all?
เพลง เดี๋ยวจะไปสู่ด้านบนฮะ โอเค
ah, Clive,
เพิ่มเลเวลฮะ
No.
and with good air shall be.
All right. Brilliant.
มา
Finally, a new dawn has broken.
It has.
Thank you, Clive. I cannot wait to share the good news.
ขอบคุณมากครับฉันจะต้อง
After Kuka fell,
บอกเรื่องนี้ไปทั่ว
Ultima
ราชอาณาจักร
came to me. I need to know what he is. Have you learned anything?
Alas, no.
เอาแล้วคราวนี้ คลาวจะพูดถึงอาร์เทมาฮะ
I have scoured nigh every historical tome in our collection and found nothing. Not even the sort of conspicuous absence that might suggest a concealment of fact. One is almost tempted to conclude that such a creature never existed.
But I saw him with my own eyes.
I don't doubt that you did. Alas, it seems you are the only one who has. To others, he reveals naught. We see only that which he leaves in his wake, like some terrible force of nature beyond the ken of mortal man.
A bringer of death.
Whether the Ultima you met with was the being itself, or merely another projection of its power, I know not. But until I do, my investigations shall continue.
Thank you. It means a lot.
โอเค
Right. Let's see if Otto has anything else for me.
เดี๋ยวฮะ
My knowledge is yours. I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before.
เพิ่มขึ้นไหมโอ้โห
You
ไม่
wish
อัพ
to study the tomes? ไม่มี select all บ้างพี่น้องของโจชัวอาร์เตมา You are always welcome, Clive.
ไปต่อ
Oh, I'm never drinking again.
I'm telling you, it's true. I heard it from Otto's own lips.
นี่มันเรื่องจริงหรือเนี่ยที่คอฟกะเสียชีวิตแล้ว
We're seeing troops amassing at every border crossing.
โอเค
You barely sat down since you came home. Vivian got you running errands or something?
Just spreading the word.
So, the professor's got a soft side, has she? I'd never have guessed.
No. She was right, though. Everyone was glad to hear the news.
Ah, but you ain't told everyone. I can think of plenty of friends back at the old hideaway who'd sleep more peacefully for knowing. Not least of all Sid. You should tell him.
You're right. I should. And I will.
Well, when you do, be sure to take Mid with you. She's been going at it hammer and tongs down in that workshop of hers, trying to do her father proud. I can't remember the last time she visited the old sod's grave.
Very well. I'll suggest it.
โอเค โกเต้
How are you doing?
Quick look.
อือหือเป็นเควสบังคับด้วยฮะ อยู่ไหนเอ่ย
Sure, but spin. The crystals we got.
We had to dig a new cellar.
บาร์ลงเหล้าครับ
Clive, your timing is exquisite as always. I have a concern which you may be able to assist me with.
Go on.
There are whisperings afoot of shadowy figures having been sighted outside the village. Rustlings in the undergrowth, suspicious noises. My people fear that they are being watched. It may be no more than a surfeit of nerves, understandable in the current climate, or it may be the prelude to something altogether more dangerous. Given what I hope you'll forgive me calling your nose for trouble, I wondered if you might investigate.
โอเคครับผมรับไปอย่างแน่นอน
Excellent. You might begin by speaking with the good citizens of Lostwing.
ทำภารกิจไปเรื่อยๆด้วยฮะ
And make what you will of them.
All right. I will.
มาไปที่ใกล้ๆก่อน
Let's see what the people of the village have to say. I'd better find out if this is just nerves or something we need to take more seriously.
Get it, boy.
เอาอาหารที่สุนัขก็กินก่อนโอเคออกไงวะเนี่ยโอเค
Ready those 3 barrels round the front. They're to go on the caravan south.
นะอยู่ใกล้ๆอยู่ข้างบนเหรอน่าอยู่ข้างบนมั้ง
The crystals we get from the tailor all but
เอาคนแรกเลยหาง่ายๆอ่ะ
You alright, Sid? Something on your mind?
There
มี
is
อะไรหรือเปล่า
actually.
ซิด
Can I ask you something?
เรายังข้องใจอยู่เลยครับว่าทำไม
You mentioned
เขาถึงเรียกเราว่า
shadowy
ซิด
figures
ครับ
out in the woods. Have you noticed anything unusual?
Oh, that. No, sorry, can't help you. I heard the rumours, mind, from the lads working over at the vineyard, but none of them has seen anything either.
All right. Thanks anyway.
โอเคครับหนึ่งคน ข้างบนเหรอเจอแล้ว
Excuse me. Quentin mentioned strange figures having been sighted near the village. Have you seen anything?
Nah, not me, Gov. I heard the rumours, though. I'm here most days, right next to the gate, and I ain't seen nothing out of the ordinary. Don't worry,
Any shady characters try and slip into town this way, and I'll soon come running. And shouting, most likely.
All right. Thank you.
มีคนหนึ่งน่าจะไม่ค่อยลำบากเท่าไหร่นี่เจอแล้วง่ายๆรูมเมทของหมู่บ้าน
There's talk of suspicious.
Sound of scraping metal, like someone sharpening a sword.
Where was this?
In Lorbert's Pass. Was out foraging for herbs when I heard it, screeching out.
กลับต้องขออภัยไว้
Ran back here as quick as my legs
ที่
would
นี้
carry
ด้วย
me.
นะครับผมว่า
I ain't been back
ตัวนี้
since.
OBS มีปัญหานิดนึงนะฮะเราจะอาจจะมีตัดบ้างท่านนิดนึงโอเคมาร์กจุดเอาไว้ฮะแล้วก็ไปเหมือนเดิมตามสเต็ปเกมนี้ยังดีให้มีมาร์กจุดไว้
What do you say, Torgal? Shall we go and investigate?
เดินช้าเหลือเกินโอเคชาร์ปแฟงเจอแล้ว
You there?
Fuck! He's seen
อ้าว
us.
แบ็คชิล
Get them before they escape.
ก่อนนี้เคยเจอมาครั้งแล้ว
Here.
อย่าปล่อยให้มันดีไปได้
What the hell are you doing here?
What is it to you? Not that we give a damn. All that matters to us is that you don't leave here alive.
มาดิ มา ต่อยเคาน์เตอร์มาเฉือนไม่เหรอมาโอ้ยคนละทางกันโอเค2 ที
Why were they here? Were they planning an attack?
กลับเมือง
Good day to you.
It's all but spent.
The crystals we get from it.
Clive, how goes the hunt for our sinister figures?
I found some black shields hiding near Lorbert's Pass. They're gone
เรียบ
now.
ร้อยฮะ
Black shields. The Empress's former bloodhounds. though they serve another
ช่วง
master
นี้ครับพวกแบ็กชิลครับมาคอยก่อกวนพวกชาวนาอยู่เรื่อยครับเลยให้เราให้เราช่วยไปจัดการพวกแบ็กชิลที่อยู่รอบๆเมืองให้หน่อยแค่นั้นเองฮะโดยการที่เราไปสืบถามทางจากพวกคนในหมู่บ้านครับพอมีแนวทางอยู่ฮะ
And bite back we shall.
I'm sorry. You're going to need to explain. Who did the Black Shield serve now? And why would that person want you dead?
Because I want him dead.
Who?
The former Lord Chief Justice of Sanbreque. All that I have built here is for him.
I don't understand.
Okay.
Why him? Why Lostwing?
I suppose it is better that you know the truth. I was a member of the judiciary once. So sickened was I by the injustice of this world, I swore to fight it. And fight it I did in my own small way. I saw more than a few corrupt officials condemned to the very cells into which they had thrown blameless innocents. Men to whom the law was but a scourge to turn against the powerless. And throughout, it was the Lord Chief Justice who backed me, who was my one true ally in the quest to see justice done.
So what changed?
I discovered that he hunted bearers for sport. I was a fool to think he shared my hatred of venality and vice. His support for me was no more than a facade, a means of ridding himself of his rivals, a mask to hide the rot beneath. I filed suit against him immediately. His response, however, was rather more visceral. He had my entire family slaughtered, and he faced no punishment whatsoever. I lost everything. My loved ones, my livelihood, my position, the faith I had once held that any modicum of justice might be achieved through the courts. So I set about enacting my own. I tracked down every soul who served him and slit their throats myself. But the man himself proved an altogether more difficult target. With money and power come protection. And so I saw that I would need an army of my own. I came here to Lostwing and began recruiting like-minded individuals.
And everyone here knows this is why you do what you do.
Of course. They too have lost loved ones to the bearer hunts. Seen faultless friends sent to the gallows to spare the guilty. All under the watchful eye of the Lord Chief Justice. Our wounds are the same. And our cause is the same. We are comrades. And our revenge is already in motion. We know where he hides, how numerous and well-trained his guard. What we did not know until now, however, was that his plans may already be in motion too.
Quentin.
Our time is short. He may move against us at any moment, unless we move against him first. My friends and comrades, it begins. Make ready for war.
Okay, for Justice ครับเรียบร้อย
I'm not going to.
ไปไหนต่อมาเดอะดาริมายครับผมทำเควสโอเคมาถึงแล้ว
My carpets.
The most
herbs and spices. Gone, just like that. And without so much as a by your leave.
What's the matter?
It's my apprentice. He up and vanished while my back was turned. I'd go and look for him myself, but I've got a bakery to run. A bakery that's now short one pair of hands. Loath though I am to rely on the kindness of strangers, I'm at a loss. Please, will you see if you can find him?
I'll see what I
เรา
can
เควส
do.
ไป
Do you know where he might have gone?
I wouldn't be surprised if he was off somewhere mooning at Drake's Fang. He used to work there, you see. Poor fool left his heart in its hollow.
All right. Then that's where I'll start.
เราเควสไปครับโคตรจะไกลเราอยู่แบบไหนตอนนี้เดี๋ยวจอมาทุกจี๊บเราต้องใช้คล่องอะบอกไว้เลย
Straight home now.
โดนฟาดลงมาพื้นโอเคยังไม่จบเก็บของแป๊บหรือไซเควสให้จบฮะโอเคถึงในเรื่องละนี่หรือเปล่าโอเคคนนี้แหละเกี่ยวเนื้อเควสเรามันนั่งซบทำมิวสิกอยู่ตรงนี้นี่เองโหสวยชมวิวเหรอ
Excuse me.
What do you want?
The baker sent me to find you.
I am a sorry, selfish sod, aren't I? Certainly not a baker. Master must have ruled the day he took me in. Time was the sight of the fang used to calm my nerves. But now look at her.
เขาคิดถึงใครอยู่
I take it you missed the mother crystal.
I hated her, but she was all I knew.
หลังจากที่เราทำลายมาเธอร์คริสตัลไปครับชายคนนี้ก็คิดถึงมาเธอร์คริสตัลฮะอย่าให้มันมีครับเพราะว่าเขาชอบดูวิวสวยดีฮะ
But I'm no good at baking. Every loaf I touch collapses. My bread's as hollow as I am. She was the only thing that could fill the hole inside me. Oh, I loved her, damn it. But now she's gone. She's never coming back. What am I supposed to do? I ask her. How does a shell of a man learn to live again?
Perhaps you could express yourself in your work. If you miss the fang, maybe you could recapture it somehow.
Recapture it? I'm a baker, not a... You know, you might just be right. What a fool I've been! I have to get back to the bakery right away. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. You've opened my eyes. Wait.
เดี๋ยวก่อนสินายจะรีบไปไหนล่ะ
Suppose he won't be needing an escort then.
โอเคกลับไปที่เดิมไปรายงานเควส
The most fragrant herbs and spice.
Ah, there you are. The man who lit a fire under my wayward apprentice. Though I worry you might have stoked the flames a little too high. He damn near ran me down trying to get to my oven.
Master, it's ready. Behold the Drake's Balm. A truly unique creation.
I dare say it is.
Just look at it. A perfect likeness of the Fang herself. Her steepled peaks, her fulsome spurs, her inviting hollow. True, my loaves collapse more often than not, but what's the Fang without her crater? Why, no Fang at all. And look, inside. She's filled to bursting with a bounty of beautiful crystals. Salt crystals! Master, I have found my purpose. I must use my work here to preserve the memory of the Fang.
Well, if it tastes half as unique as it looks, I'd certainly say you're onto something. Not only is my apprentice back, but he's finally pulling his weight. With any luck, I might even have a new delicacy on my hands. I don't know how you did it, but you have my thanks.
เรียบร้อยเควสได้เงินมา800มีอีกไหมโอเคกลับไปยังหัวเมืองหลักครับ
I'm telling you, it's true. I heard it from
He cracked the crystal too.
คนละทางเลย
I went up to give some greens to the chocobo.
เจอแล้ว
It hasn't been
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in. Why would anyone want to do that?
มาหาลูกสาวของซิดแน่เลย
Think Mid might need some.
อยู่ไหนเอ่ยนี่ไงเจอละ
If I don't come up with something soon. All right, Clive. What do you want?
I'm going to
Okay,
visit
make right.
Fred, and I thought you might like to come with me.
Sorry, I'm too busy for all that right now.
ขอโทษนะชื่อ
I've got
เชย
to
กำลัง
get
ยุ่ง
this
อยู่
thermal
นะ
displacement stack sorted.
Thermal.
Displacement stack. Here.
And this is for.
Only the fastest, finest ship the world has ever seen.
เดินทางที่เร็วที่สุด
The
โอ้
Enterprise.
เราได้ขึ้นเรือแล้วครับ มีเรือเหาะหรือเปล่า
Me and my dad designed it together.
เรือลำนี้พ่อเป็นคนออกแบบเองครับ
Through the water. Ours is fitted with mithril engines. And those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood. And more heat than all the hells put together. Which is where the stack comes in. I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in Canva. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it here. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold things up over at the shipyard. I'll come and see my dad, though, when I'm done. Whenever that is.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Good old Clive. I was hoping you'd say that. First things first, I need some parts meching. The stack will be made up of 3 major components.
เรือลำนี้สามารถลอยได้เหรอ
There's the plating, here, that channels hot vapors away from the engine. The helm over the top, that disperses all that heat into the air. And the shielding around the sides. That stops the rest of the ship from going up in flames.
A full suit of armor, then. Probably best to take it one piece at a time.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. Everything else fits onto it. I've got the designs and the list of materials here. Show these to Blackthorn. He'll know what to do.
โอเค
I can't make head nor tail of them.
Luckily, you don't need to.
โอเค ได้กุญแจไปละ ไปตามทางเรื่อยๆครับเราต้องขึ้นเรือเหรอ
I went up to give some greens to the chocolate.
ต้องมาตีอะไรเอ่ย
Can I ask a favor?
Out with it.
It's for Mid.
เนี่ยได้มาจากซิดเนี่ยช่วยทำให้หน่อยสิทำกุญแจเรือให้หน่อย
Go on then. What is it this time?
She said you would know. Here.
ให้ไป
Krieger's Teats. Well, I don't know what the hell you'd want this for, but I can make it. Won't be easy though, and I'll need help. Get Gavin-Otto in here, will you?
Right.
Okay, เอาละว่าไง
So Mid's roped us all in here again, has she? Typical. Still, if that's what it takes to get her to visit Sid's grave, I'll do what I can.
And what is it we need to do exactly?
Take a look at this. It's this plating. The usual saw grade steel won't work. We need something that can get very hot, very fast, and still keep its shape. That means an alloy. Something that won't break or buckle at the temperatures she's talking about. Which is where you lot come in. I need materials, and I've got my work cut out already. You'll have to fetch them. Now, there's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out in the Valcroy. Stardust, they call it.
As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have it in stock. It just needs buying and bringing back here.
Well, we'll get it done quicker if we split up. One of us should probably give you an hand collecting the sand.
And the other can go and get the rest from this supplier.
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where, and we can get this over with.
โอเครับเควสเลยอยู่ที่เดียวกันเหรอ
You going after the Stardust then, are you? Which one of these two lucky souls is going with you?
โอเคเดี๋ยวออโต้จะไปเอาเราฮะ
You're with me.
All right then.
โอเคฉันจะต้องไปด้วยอยู่แล้วแหละ
Stardust, and how will we know it when we see it?
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the Velcroy. It's the black sand that washes up on its banks that you're after.
And I'm guessing you'll be needing sack loads of the stuff. Might be worth our importers at the Dalimil Inn.
ไปดารามินครับดารามินอีกแล้ว
All right. I'll meet you by the river.
You two take care, eh? I'll go and see this supplier.
Just don't let the bastard fleece you, eh?
He wouldn't do that. He's Blackthorn's mate. Isn't he?
Best of luck. โอเคส่งจดหมาย
Looks like I found the river. Now where's Otto?
มา
Good girl. Run like the wind. Otto, sorry I'm late.
เราเทศมาช้า
I had a quick scout about, and I reckon this area is our best bet. Seems Blackthorn's the only one who thinks smithing with his Stardust stuff's a good idea. It's just lying here, waiting for any old fool to fill his boots.
But unlike any old fool, you thought to bring a wagon.
Well spotted. Now get filling.
เดินทางต่อครับเก็บของ
So this is Stardust. It just looks like black sand to me.
สองละสามทั้งหมด5 อัน4 เรียบร้อย
That should be enough for now. Let's see how Otto's getting on.
โอเคสวัสดีน้องเดนิสครับผมโอเคไปอาบน้ำก่อนใช่ไหมเดี๋ยวค่อยมาเจอกันเวลาจะไปเทืองมาร์กจุดทุกรอบเลยฮะสวัสดีครับน้องก่อนกันฮะปอยนัด16ครับผมขอบคุณสำหรับกดไลค์ด้วยนะครับน้องก่อนกันฮะเดี๋ยวเก็บไอเทมก่อนเก็บไอเทมก่อนใจเย็นรู้สึกว่ามีไอเทมอยู่ชิ้นหนึ่งตรงนี้ไปไหนละไปนัด16ครับน้องก่อนกัน
How much did you get?
Enough. I hope.
ไม่เหงาครับไม่เหงาพี่ก็เล่นเรื่อยๆครับใครเข้ามาเราก็ทักครับส่วนมากจะไม่ค่อยกลับไปทำธุระกันอยู่ครับแล้วค่อยมาทักกันทีเดียว
More than me.
พูดให้ดูดีซะงั้น
Put it all together and I can't see Blackthorn complaining. Much. Here, Clive. Do you fancy a walk?
สบายดีนะครับน้องก่อนกันโอ้มีคนมาดูใช่โคตรจะนานเลย
Sid would be proud.
สวัสดี3ท่านทาง Facebook ด้วยนะครับผม
Of you, you idiot. The way you've carried on what he started. When we first met, I had you down as a spoilt little puppy who enjoyed nothing more than biting the hand that fed you. But 5 years on, you're the one doing the feeding. So thanks for proving me wrong.
You weren't wrong.
สักครู่นะครับ
Thanks to Sid. And
ดู
thanks
ติด
to
ผู้ชาย
you.
เพจอื่นอยู่
When I suggested taking on his name, you were the first to back me. And if you hadn't, no one else would have. I couldn't have done any of this without you, Otto.
Yo, give over. You're making me blush. All I did was choose hope over despair. I gave you a chance, yes, but you're the one who took it. You took a rabble of homeless, hopeless outcasts and put them back on their feet. Gave them something worth fighting for, just like the old Sid did. About time I was heading back, I reckon. All this scrabbling about in the sand's taken its toll on the old pins.
I'll see you back at the hideaway then. You can take a well-earned rest when you get there.
Oh, I plan to. Believe you me. But I'll make sure Blackthorn gets his precious black sand before I put my feet up. He'll only moan otherwise.
Right. Ready to go home, boy?
อันแน่ไปติดหนูไปติดผู้ชายเพจอื่นอยู่ติดใครเอ่ยภาคนี้ไม่มีตกปลาเนาะเสียดายจริงกลับไปยังหัวเมืองไม่กี่พาร์ทเดี๋ยวก็จบแล้วเกมนี้
Blackthorn. Got everything you need.
โอเคเอามาให้แล้วเอาของมาให้
Yeah, I do. Cheers for the stardust. Should be enough to be getting on with.
Nice to get out and about for once. Let's do it again sometime, eh?
I'll make a start on putting this thermal plating together then. It will take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be getting on with, I could do without you breathing down my neck.
Thank you, Blackthorn. I'll let Mid know construction's underway.
เควส complete โหตั้ง40 อะ
Suppose we'd better be getting back to work too.
Give us a shout if you need anything.
มีภารกิจให้เราทำอีกแล้วเหรอไปทำก็ได้ไม่ใช่ปัญหาทำในไซด์เควสเดี๋ยวพาร์ทนี้บอกไว้
Seeing troops amassing at every border.
มา
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Come to claim your just desserts.
อ๋อนี่ไง
All yours.
อันสุดท้าย
Best of luck out there, Sid.
มีอะไรทำอีกไหมโหเรียบร้อยหมดแล้ว ตรงนี้ ไปตรงไหนอีกเนี่ยไปหามิดแน่เลย
Thank you, Clive.
I went up to give some greens to the chocolate.
โอเค
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
I think Mid might need some help tidying up that workshop.
Mid
Mm,
might
sorry.
need well-meaning souls to leave her alone.
โถ่เฮ้ยคนละทางกันเลย
If I don't come up with something soon.
โอเค
You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorn started work on the plating.
Excellent. One down, two to go.
So, what's next?
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be repurposing fallen scrap.
Salvage from the ruins? I thought that material was all but impossible to work.
Ah, but we don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly the right shape and size pieces for what we need. What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
What's her name? Right.
เป้าหมายต่อไปฮะ
Oh, Sid, is this about the helm?
Yes. Mid said I should speak with you.
I'll show you the plans then. Here you see the mithril engine in which mithril is burned to generate heat. That heat is then harnessed to produce motive force. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which disperses it into the surrounding air. Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, the rate of excess heat buildup would far exceed the displacement coefficient of the plating. In other words, the reactor would overheat and eventually explode. This is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating, you see, and serves as a sort of thermal sink to absorb all
พูด
that
เกี่ยวกับ
excess
เรือที่
energy.
ซิดเป็นคนสร้างอยู่ฮะ
Experiments
ออก
have
แบบ
shown
ไม่ใช่
fallen
คนสร้าง
ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can
ว่ามี
withstand
คุณ
and
ภาพ
absorb
กันขนาดไหน
levels of heat far above anything we are able to make today. And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the perfect material for our protective hood. Why, if sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly. The forces produced would tear the ship from stern to...
You can stop there. I understand. Mid said we might be able to use parts of a fallen ruin. Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. It's in Lorbert's Pass near Lostwing. The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need brought here sooner. You see, a certain unwanted visitor has taken up residence there. It's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's, going to be considerably more dangerous than that.
I see. Then I suppose I'd better deal with this unwanted visitor for you. Would that help?
Oh, very much. Thank you, Sid. I'll gather my team and head there right away. We'll meet you outside the ruins.
มา ไปไหนต่อ โอเค มาสักเมืองโคตรไกลลอสวิง เป็นป่าใช่ไหมเนี่ย
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the bales. Leave anything you don't need behind.
ใครเอ่ย ต้องระบุแผนที่มาด้วยไม่งั้นโอ้โหโคตรทรมานเลยเกมเนี่ยโอเค
If you're ready,
หาที่ไปก่อนอ๋อนี่ไง ไปทางข้างบนได้ โอเคได้แล้วคันนี้ไปละภาคนี้อาจจะไม่ค่อยได้สู้เท่าไหร่นะเพราะว่าทำแต่ไซด์เควสแล้วก็ทำเนื้อเรื่องหลักไปด้วยฮะเรียบร้อยเสียบโดนว่าไงเฮเลน่านายช่างเฮเลน่า
There you are, Sid. Thanks so much for coming. The
เป็นช่างครับผม
ruins are just over there, as is the creature I told you about, I'd imagine. Would you mind?
Of course. I'll be right back.
โอเคเดี๋ยวฉันมารอแป๊บหนึ่งว่าไงมีอะไรอยู่ตรงนี้เอ่ยเอาแล้ว
This must be our unwanted visitor.
เฮ้เหมือนมีแขกมาเยี่ยมแฮะนั่นไงว่าแล้วเชียวโอเคต่อยโอ้ยไม่โดนตัวแตกไม่โดนจับทางง่ายนิดเดียวต่อย ฟาดไป22,000วาร์ปอย่างเดียวเลยพอเปลี่ยนเทสพอแอปเรียบร้อยเฮ้ยสู้ไปด้วยแพรรี่ไปด้วยกันไปด้วยเหนื่อยนะเนี่ยเรียบร้อย
The things I do for you, Mid.
Sid! Oh, thank goodness you're safe.
ขอบคุณมาก
You shouldn't have any trouble now.
Indeed. Well, don't let us keep you. We'll, see that everything is transported safely back to the hideaway.
All right. I'll let Mid know you're on your way.
โอเค40โหได้โคตรเยอะโอเคมีอะไรเพิ่มเติมเข้ามาหน่อยฮะตรงที่ร้านค้าต้องไปดูก่อน
Welcome, welcome. I do like a customer who knows what he wants. You've a keen eye.
อันนี้50,000
Come back again.
โอเคเดี๋ยวมาใหม่กลับมาเมืองหลักอีกรอบนึงฮะโอเคไปหามิดก่อนดาบนี่คือปกติเราก็ได้มาตามเนื้อเรื่องครับสู้เสร็จทีหนึ่งแล้วก็มาทีหนึ่ง
He cracked the crystal too.
นี่ไม่มีอะไรมาใหม่ทีเดี๋ยวนะฮะขออนุญาตจัด ability แป๊บหนึ่ง Frame of the Bird มีตรงนี้จะใส่ธาตุดินใช่ไหมเนี่ยแล้วจิ้งฟิตโอเคแล้วก็ธาตุลมโอเคเท่านี้มาดูกันทางสู่ข้างหน้า
Editors started reading books that don't have any.
If I don't come up with something soon.
Mid. Helena has recovered the material for the helm. She'll be along shortly.
Excellent. Another job well done.
And just one remaining.
Right, the shielding. This one's a bit of a bugger.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough fire to set the rest of the ship ablaze. Which is why you need proper shielding. A prison for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the Fallen use, but they'd both be too heavy. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even started. I need something light. But I've racked my brains and I just can't think what would do it.
Well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge, I know whose counsel I would seek. Harpocrates.
Tomes? Yeah, well, I'd thought of that, obviously. I've got all the details written down here. Can you take this to him, see what he makes of it?
Right away.
โอเคได้กุญแจมาอีกแล้วไปกันต่อน่าจะได้เดินเรือแล้วครับรอบนี้
Think Mid might need some help tidying up.
โอเค
Mid hasn't been
I went up to give some greens to the chocolate.
เดินตรงเลี้ยวขวาแล้วก็ตรง
Thanks to Sid, the man who.
โอเค
Harpocrates, do you have a moment?
For you, Clive, always.
Well, actually, it's for Mid this time. you take a look at this?
เรียบร้อยเอากุญแจมาได้แล้วเตรียมตัวออกเดินทาง
Shielding for a mithril engine. Whatever will that girl think of next? And what are these notes around the edges?
She has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it. As you can imagine, she's struggling to find anything that meets her needs.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the records for one.
Perhaps it is not a different material she requires, but a different approach.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine, at timber and steel alike. And yet, we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have. But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelisk complains that without a constant supply of pitch. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew.
เควสหลักเลยเนี่ยช่วงหลังนี้เควสหลังๆนี่คือจะเริ่มยาวขึ้นนะครับใครที่เล่นนี่คือทำใจไว้ก่อนเลยคัสซีนโคตรจะเยอะ
Nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragonfire.
So if we could recreate it,
it might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection it requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, perhaps Bardolph and Obelisk might be of assistance. I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might have to offer. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, I shall discuss the specifics of how it might be most effectively put to use with our two friends. The knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of the modern era.
Thank you, Hippocrates. And since you're asking others to help you, perhaps I should too.
Ah, ถ่ายจาไปกับเราด้วยครับ
So you need a hand, do you?
We do.
สาวแพทย์ประจำหมู่บ้าน
For the ingredients we need. I could do with some help. And some company too.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research. I leave the decision as to who will go with whom in your capable hands, Clive.
โอเครับเควสมา
So, Clive, have you made your decision? Who will accompany you on your little excursion?
เตรียมตัวที่ออกเดินทางกันหรือยัง จิววิสมี
Very well.
แต่ถ้าเราตบท้ายจาขึ้นมาจะเกิดอะไรขึ้น
What do we need to find?
I have taken the liberty of preparing a list. Here.
White chocobo eggs. Pepio nuts. Are you sure this list is right? Everything on here seems very edible. I would have thought the ingredients would be a little more exotic.
Though these items may seem mundane, they have potent effects that are rarely exploited, effects for which they were once highly prized. So much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to extinction, hence moon dews having fallen from favor. Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able to find everything you need at the market in Northreach.
Is that so? I've been meaning to visit Northreach anyway. I'll set out now. Join me there when you're ready.
I will. Until then.
You two enjoy yourselves.
You too, Talia.
ไป โอ โอเค Knowledge ทางตอนเหนือฮะ
Now, where's Jill?
อยู่ไหนเอ่ย
Keep them pilchards nice and chilled.
ยังไงเจอแล้ว
Are those Pepio nuts? I can never tell.
How goes the hunt for ingredients?
I've only just started. I'm sure everything we need is somewhere amongst all these stalls, though. Why don't we split up and see? We'll take a couple of ingredients each.
All right. What am I looking for?
How about you look for the Pepio nuts and some garlic? I'll find the other things we need. We can meet by the gate when we're finished.
ฮะ
Up! You'll not find a bruised pippin in the bushel.
ไปกันต่อ
Fresh cuts. Come and get them before they're gone.
พ่อค้าที่นี่พูดมากเหลือเกิน
What can I interest you in today? Ah, yes. I trust it's all here.
โอเค ซื้อกระเทียม
Buy,
ซื้อกระเทียมมาเพื่ออะไร
or be gone. Go on. Take it.
That's everything. Let's see how Jill's
ซื้อ
getting
ไป ซื้อไปให้จิวครับผม
Did you find everything?
I did. Here.
การลิก ถั่วครับ
Garlic and Pepio nuts. Perfect. Now all that remains is for Harpocrates to somehow turn all this into what Mid needs to keep her engine cool.
สวัสดีครับน้องเดนิส น้องเดนิสสตรีมเซคิโร่เมื่อไหร่ครับ ถามเลย
But before we head back, would you walk with me a while? Thank you for asking me to help you today. It makes a nice change.
It does. It's good to get away from all the battle and bloodshed for once. Just being here reminds me of when we were children. Do you remember walking down Market Street in Rosalith, taking in the sights and smells?
How could I forget? What with Torgal's antics. Remember how his nose would prick up at the scent of sausages? He'd go racing away and we'd have to go
วัน
running
เสาร์
after
นะ
him.
พี่คิดว่าวันนี้ พี่หยุด พี่มีเวลาดูเต็มที่เลย
Is there anything you wanted to buy for yourself while we're here?
There was, yes. Well, sort of. Molly in the kitchens told me about a place that sells particularly good pies. Thought you might like to share one with me.
I would. Thank you.
น้องดีนช่วยฟังหน่อยครับ ตอนนี้เสียงโอเคใช่ไหมเสียงเวลาพี่พูดได้ยินชัดใช่ไหม มีเสียงช็อตอะไรหรือเปล่า
Big white cobs like the baker back in Rosalith used to make. What do you think? I thought we might get some soup to dip it in. But then I
ถ้า
tried to
มันมี
slice
เสียง
the
ช็อต
butcher's
อีก
dry
เดี๋ยวพี่จะได้
cured
ซื้อ
ham
ไมค์
and
ใหม่
it's just...
You all right?
Sorry. It's just... you're right. I really do feel like a child again being here with you.
อ๋อ น้องเดนิสพี่อัพช็อตคลิปใหม่ อย่าลืมเข้าไปกดไลค์กดไลค์ด้วยนะ ฝึกไว้ก่อนจะได้เป็น
No, Jill. This is how life should be. And it's how our lives will be when our work is finally done. When we can live on our own terms.
พระเอกหน้าบาท
I hope so. Thank you, Clive.
เสียงเกมมันเบามากจริงดิ
Well, I suppose we better be getting back. I need to give these ingredients to Harpocrates and Talia. I'll see you at the hideaway.
เดี๋ยวพี่ปรับให้แป๊บหนึ่ง
I will. You too.
โอเคไหมแต่พี่คิดว่าถ้ามันเสียงดังเกินนะเดี๋ยวมันอาจจะเสียงแตกไงพี่เลยตั้งไว้งั้นเดี๋ยวมันจะไม่ได้ยินเสียงพี่ด้วยเดี๋ยวมันจะได้ยินเสียงเกมแล้วมันกลบเสียงพูดไปถ้าไม่บาลานซ์กันนะต้องย้ายแมปอีกแล้วโอเคกลับไปยังหัวเมืองอีกโอเค
I wonder how Harpocrates is getting on with the moon dew.
โอเคได้ยังอ๋อเสียงไฟนั่นส่วนมากมันจะไม่เสียงมันจะเบาฮะเดี๋ยวแป๊บหนึ่งAudio ดีปรับ Audio นี่เสียงมันจะดังเกินพี่ว่านะพี่จะเลยตั้งให้จะโอเคไหมเสียงชัดไหม
Very well indeed, and thanks in
โอเค
no
ป่ะ
small part to your kind assistance.
พอถ้าเสียงดังเกินเนี่ยเดี๋ยวมันจะกลบเสียงพี่พูดไงพี่เลยตั้งเสียงเกมให้มันเบาไว้ก่อน
Now that we have all the ingredients, we may begin.
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a few mysterious concoctions in my time.
I'm sure you have. What about the shielding itself?
Work is underway.
โอเคไหมนี่ตั้งเต็มร้อยแล้วนะเนี่ยดีขึ้นโอเค
It'll be ready soon.
Thank you. All of you.
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the infirmary? Many hands make light work and all that.
Of course.
พอดีโอเคครับ
Oh, and
ปกติแล้วเวลาพี่ตั้งเสียงเกมนะพี่จะตั้งเสียงเบาก่อนเพื่อจะได้ยินเสียงพี่พูดอ่ะมันจะเยอะกว่า
being with you.
แต่ถ้าตั้งเสียงเกมให้เสียงดังมากเกินนะมันจะกลบเสียงพี่พูดไปไงพี่เลยไม่ค่อยตั้งเสียงให้มันดังมากสักเท่าไหร่
Almost at an end. A shame. I was enjoying playing the
นี่
man.
เดี๋ยวเวลาออกเดินทางแล้วเรา
When both the shielding and the moon dew are ready, it will merely be a matter of applying the one to the other, followed by a rigorous process of testing and retesting, of course. Perhaps someone ought to warn young Mid of that.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Harpocrates.
Very complete โอเค
Well, I better go and give Mid the good news then.
ไปยังมิดอีกโอเคไปหามิดอีกโอ้โหเดินกลับไปกลับมาอย่างเงี้ยตีดาบยังสงสัยเรื่องระบบคราฟดาบอะไรพวกนี้เพราะว่าเราจะต้องอัพของบวก1บวก2อะไรพวกนี้แล้วของบวก3ล่ะจะทำยังไงหรือว่าอัพได้แค่บวก2
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
Think Mid might need some help.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mid. But you'll be pleased to know that work on the shielding is underway.
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, Hippocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat, a coating that should provide the protection you need. He's supervising the construction and testing of the shielding as we speak.
Brilliant! I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Don't thank me. I'm just the errand boy.
Right then, better start working out how to bolt all these bits together. To the Black Hammer!
You know, when I got into the smithing game,
มาหาแบ็คโทนอีกแล้ว
I thought I'd be making
สวัสดี
some
2ท่านที่มารับชมกันด้วยนะครับ
thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Displacement stacks.
Same difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough as it is. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck. I'll take care of the rest.
On my way.
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is gonna require some precision walloping.
ตีมา sometime later มันคืออะไรครับ
It's finished! It's finally finished!
มันเสร็จแล้วใช่ไหมเนี่ย
Fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive, Blackthorn, everyone. That's one down
ขอบ
and
คุณมาก
just
ทุก
three
คน
more to go.
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
คุยอีกรอบหนึ่งฮะ
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just daydreaming. Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shores unknown. Searching for a land untouched by the blight. Just like me and my dad planned. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the Twins turned black, we might still have a chance. That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance just in case we needed it. But now she's so close to being finished, I've realized I don't want her to be that. I don't want her to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get desperate. I want people to sail aboard her by choice, not from the lack of it. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can actually live.
I'm working on that. And I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
Don't you always? All right. My mind's made up. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm putting her under your command. Sod our plans. I'm trusting in yours.
Are you sure about
ตับ
that?
น้อยลูกสาวของซิดครับผม
What my dad would have wanted.
น่ารักมากเลยเขาบอก
He'd be proud of you.
You were gonna visit his grave, weren't you?
I was. And you can come too now that your little project is finished.
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up first. Won't be a mo.
All right. I'll let Otto know you're coming. Meet us in the mess when you're ready.
Aye, aye, Captain.
เนี่ยยกให้เราเป็นกัปตันด้วยฮะกัปตันเรือทำเควสอีกแล้ว
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
He cracked the crystal too.
เพิ่มฟังก์ชันอะไรอีกอ๋อ
Hopefully it's nothing. But I should speak to Blackthorn just in case.
เอาเควสไปเลยฮะ3เควสมา
What could be wrong with Torgor? He seemed well enough when I last saw him.
รับเควสจากตรงนี้จดหมายตรงนี้ก็ได้ใช่ไหมเนี่ยนี่ไงรับเควสจากทางนี้
Trouble with the ledges.
แล้วเวลา2เควสเดี๋ยวเราต้องดูตอนเวลา2เควสด้วยฮะถ้าเรารับเควสจากตรงนี้ได้มันก็จะง่ายขึ้นครับเกมมันจะทำให้ง่ายขึ้นมา
Blackthorn, do you have a moment?
Not really.
ขอรบกวนแป๊บนึง
This won't take long. I just wanted to ask how you're getting on. August was worried about you, that you might still be doubting your craft, even after learning the trick of that cuirass. Is there something else weighing on your mind? Perhaps sharing your thoughts might help.
That bastard's like a dog with a bone. Still, you've got a keen eye, I'll give him that. He's just, well, Karen showed me something I've never seen before.
And that was?
A sword. An odd-looking thing with a single-edged blade. The metal itself wasn't anything to write home about, but fuck me, the edge on it. You could slice a
พูดหยาบ
man
เป็นจังเลย
in two with a weapon like that, and he'd be halfway home before he even realised he'd been cut.
So that's what's troubling you.
Nah. Not troubling me exactly. More distracting. Can't stop thinking, how do you get an edge that sharp? It's driving me mad.
And if you knew how to do it, we could arm the curse breakers with even better blades.
That's about the size of it, yeah.
I'll see what I can find out. Sharper swords are always welcome. And we can't have our master blacksmith being distracted.
You're a soft touch, you know that. But I can't say I'm not grateful for it. Good luck, eh?
Thank you. Let's see what Karen knows about this sword.
โอเคชารอน
I got your note. You think something's wrong with Torgal?
So you can read. Congratulations. But I didn't
ยิน
say
ดี
out
กับทุก
were
กู
wrong
ด้วย
with
ครับ
him. I said something weren't right. He's not been eating me treats. He used to love cracking the bones from Molly's boiled brown, but now he won't so much as look at them. Didn't like him, which is why I'm of a mind that his mind's on something else. You've not been working him too hard, have you?
No harder than usual. Is that it, boy? Do you need a rest?
What was it you said he was? A frost wolf?
That's what the lawsman seems to think.
Then maybe this all has something to do with whatever it is that's woken inside him.
I suppose things have been different since Rosalith. Perhaps Hippocrates knows something.
Instead of everything, you mean? Perhaps.
โอเคคราวนี้มาเควสของเบคโทนกันได้บ้างฮะ
What do you want? Out with it.
I want to know about the sword you showed Blackthorn. Single-edged and extremely sharp.
Running around after him again, are you?
I suppose I am, yes. But I need to help him find out how to work an edge like that. It's driving him to distraction.
Little wonder, I suppose. There's not many like that make it as far as the twins, and those that do go straight into private collections, which made it nice and easy finding a buyer.
Can you tell me who bought it? Where is it now?
You think I tell people who my clients are? Suppose you're not likely to go nicking him off me, are you now? Fine. If you stop mooning at me like that. Lord Ignac's the man you want, Dalmekian bloke.
เควสยาวมากครับเควสนี้
And he's got more money than sense, which is why he's one of my favourite clients. Reckon he'll still be at the inn in Dalamil, where I left him.
Thank you, Karen.
Oh, and he's a touch eccentric, if you take my meaning.
I appreciate the warning.
ไปสุดทางครับผมมาเราคุยจากเขาก่อน
Lawsman, I need to ask you about Torgal. Something's not right with him.
He isn't ill, is he?
I don't think so. But according to Lady Karen, he seems to have lost his appetite, which is certainly a new development. She says he's hardly been touching his bones of late, and she believes it may have something to do with what happened at Rosalith Castle.
I rather think she might be right, though not about his appetite. All canids are instinctively inclined to crack open bones for the rich marrow that resides within, and I see no reason why a frost wolf should be any different. Accordingly, I suspect it is not a lack of appetite that afflicts Torgal, but a surfeit of it. If we assume that his newfound magics require additional nourishment to sustain, it may well be that the bones Lady Karen is accustomed to providing are no longer sufficient. Frost wolves, after all, habitually prey upon far larger animals.
สวัสดี2ท่านที่มารับชมกันด้วยนะครับ
Altogether different nutrients.
ท่านนี้อาจจะเบื่อเลยนะครับทำแต่เควสฮะแต่เควสมันเยอะเหลือเกิน
Some antelopes
แต่เราก็อย่าไปพยายามข้ามคัดซีนนะฮะ
have been known to grow to a size more than double that of their lesser cousins.
I don't recall ever seeing any that large.
And little wonder. The oldest and largest such creatures rarely leave the safety of the highlands for fear of predators. The last elder antelope sighting I recall hearing about took place near Cressida, and that was long before the village was abandoned.
Even so, it seems like a good place to start.
Good hunting, Clive.
ขอให้โชคดีแล้วก็มาตรงนี้
think Tomes helped with?
Ned told me she was building a ship.
โอเค
Clive, did you get my letter?
That's why I'm here.
จดหมายของเขาอะห้ามบอกใคร
Is this better?
จดหมายรักเลย
Listen, I've some bad news. It turns out the hideaway may be slightly behind in its payment to certain lenders, and it's maybe my fault. But I swear to the goddess, I thought I had the numbers square. Sadly, that square turned out to be more of a circle. Zero, you might say. I can straighten it out, I swear, but it's going to take some time, and I'm going to need help keeping it from Otto.
Bit late for that, I'd say.
There you are! What a surprise!
So
ต
let
ก
me
ใจ
get
เลยครับ
this
ไม่เจอ
straight.
ออโต้
You forget to pay our lenders what they're due, and instead of coming straight to me, you get Clive to come to you. You know, he'll dig you out of the hole you've dug for yourself. Clive, the man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to bankrupt. And you thought this was a cunning plan. Why? Well, who needs paying?
Oh, just Martha. And the dame. And, well, Lady Karen. But only 500 talents.
We owe 3 of our most trusted friends
5 ล้าน
gil
5 ล้านบาท
Each. 5 million each. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the hideaway, you see, and, well, I must have made some sort of oversight.
Those ledgers were my responsibility, and it was my decision to entrust them to you. This is my fault.
Do we have that much to hand? I can always ask my uncle.
No, we don't. And no, you won't. We've lightened Lord Rosfield's purse enough. After the king's ransom we had off him, he deserves better than to see our begging bowl. Besides, we'll need to learn to stand on our own if we're going to make this work.
All right. But that doesn't mean you have to shoulder the burden yourself. Is there anything I can do to help?
There might be. How'd you fancy taking these to Martha and the dame?
Rocks.
Rocks, he says. Worth 1,000 talents apiece, these are. A little something Sid and I set aside for when times got lean. And I reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably qualifies. I just hope our associates' eyes are a bit more discerning than yours.
I'm sure there will be.
Should be me making the rounds, really. But you know how it is with this place. Orders to bark, arses to wipe and all that.
I know. Which is why I don't mind going in your place.
Go. Do you know why I only gave Master Clive here 2 star rubies?
Because you'd rather Lady Karen killed me.
Because I'd rather Lady Karen killed you. Yes.
Well,
ไปไม่ถึงด่านมังกรแน่เลย
suppose this is goodbye then.
Don't worry. I'm sure Karen will understand.
Really? Do you think so?
No, I don't.
โอเค ได้สตาร์รูบี้มา โอ้โห มานี่ก่อนเลยครับ ไซเควสเรา
There's talk that the Glassgate flood has finally.
ของ
Slavers don't even.
เข้าไปยังเมืองหลวงมันน่ะข้างในนี่นายเจอแล้ว
I want to see you again.
อีกเน็กต้องไปคุยอีกเน็ก
What am I going to do without Sweetwater and Olive Talk?
อิสเบลล่า
Milady, I come bearing gifts.
Gifts? Whatever is the occasion. Oh my.
เอาของขวัญมาฝาก
Clive, you really
ให้เรา
have
ให้เราเอาของขวัญมาฝากอิสเบลครับ
Otto asked me to give it to you, to settle the hideaway's debt with the veil, and to compensate you for the time it took us to do so.
You disappoint me, Clive. I thought you might finally be warming to me. Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to tell him as much the first time around. The man owes me nothing, nor does the hideaway. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and willingly. It was the least I could do.
You once told me Sid did you a kindness. I'd like to do the same. Please, accept it. For my sake. And for Otto's. For all of us. For all you've done.
It is rather fetching, isn't it? Very well. Otto is lucky to have you, Clive. I doubt anything could ever replace his son.
โอเค
But you and the others at the hideaway
สวัสดี2
are
ท่าน
the
ที่มารับชม
closest
กันด้วย
thing
นะ
he
ฮะ
has to family.
Otto had a son.
Long ago, yes. Sid told me Otto lost him when he was just a boy, and blamed himself for not being able to stop it. I don't know how it happened, whether there was anything he could have done, but it was clear that it weighed heavily on him.
I didn't know.
How could you have? I doubt anyone did. Besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen to bear his sorrows in stoic silence. An ill habit, given that both have always been surrounded by friends desperate to help them.
I'm beginning to see that.
โอเคเสร็จไปแล้ว1เควสคราวนี้มาสู่อีกเควสหนึ่งไปนี่ก่อนมาท่าเลสข้างบน1 คนเควสมันจะเยอะอะไรขนาดนี้โอเค
Clive, we weren't expecting you.
I wasn't expecting to
พวก
be
เรารอ
here.
ฉันอยู่นะ
It seems we still owe you a considerable amount of coin for your help with our rebuilding efforts. And though I doubt it's what you were
ได้
expecting,
จ้างวันให้เราไปช่วย
we were
ช่วย
hoping
จะ
you'd take
ช่วยสร้างของ
as payment.
แล้วก็เอาของขวัญมาฝากเหมือนเดิม เมื่อกี้เอาไปฝากอิสเบล อันนี้เอามาฝากมาท่า
Twice what you owe me. More if you can find yourself the right buyer.
Think of the difference as interest.
Interest? If word got out I charged that much, no one would ever borrow from me again. Anyway, why are you the one here asking me about this? I'd have expected Otto. Bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, isn't it? The old goat working himself to death again.
Something like that. Most days I think he's the only reason the hideaway's still standing.
Same as always, eh? Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander, word is he was the first one Sid reached out to. Probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, the idea would never get off the ground. Sid may have been the face of the hideaway, but Otto's always been the backbone. And when Sid passed away, we were all worried that would be the end of it. That Otto would just give up.
His death was hard on everyone. But it must have hit Otto hardest of all.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. If I recall, he was the one who nominated you as Sid's replacement, and rallied the rest around you. I reckon what he saw in Sid, he saw in you too. And don't we all? Doesn't hurt that you're half as stubborn and twice as handsome, neither. That, and you keep good company.
I suppose I do. Go will want to know the stones were delivered. If he's still with us.
โอเคออกไปด้านนอกแล้วเดินไปตามทางโอเคโอ้โหยังไม่ขี่โชโบะไปกันเถอะเดี๋ยวนะผู้3,200อะไรมันจะขนาดนั้นมาเตอร์อะไรโอ้โห4,000อีกก็ต้องอัพให้เป็นมาสเตอร์ให้ได้ครับเราจะเล่นเป็นเทียร์สายนะครับเราจะไม่เล่นเทียร์เยอะๆนะครับอัพเต็มไปเทียร์สายเซเฮ่จ้วงไปจริงดิคือรอเวลาที่น้องเจ้าจริงอยู่ทำการบ้านไหมพร้อมนะขอเป็นกำลังใจให้เตาโดนรัวแล้วนะพูดแล้วเรียบร้อยโดนละ เชือดไปเรียบร้อยเดินไปก็ได้นะครับส่วนมากก็ชอบเก็บเวลอยู่แล้วโถ่เอ้ยเชือดไปอ๋อโอเคกดเบิ้ล2เหรอโดนเชือดนิ่มๆ ไอ้วัวไปครับไอ้ตัวถือดาบยักษ์เดี๋ยวเจอกันเดี๋ยวพี่ไปทำไกด์ให้ไหมแต่ว่าพี่ไม่ได้ไลฟ์นะแต่ว่าอ๋อโอเคดูละถ้าสวยขึ้นอีกทีก่อนโอเค 20,000 กว่าอีกทีก่อนเรียบร้อยโถเอ้ยมามันจะได้รีแลกซ์กันบ้างครับ เดี๋ยวพันนี่จะไม่ได้สู้เลยไอ้พวกนี้เราไม่อยากฆ่าเลย เคโอเค30ได้ของแล้ว
Now, will it be enough, I wonder?
ทุกคุณจุกระดูกครับ
I say that answers my question, which means we owe the lawsman our thanks. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? A very big puppy. You do know you can take that with you, Torgal. Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you've got your appetite back. Come on, boy. That feel good, boy.
โอเคปลอบประโลมมาสักหน่อย
After it.
โอเคพื้นที่ตรงนี้ไม่มีละเกี่ยวกับเควสแล้วไปยังพื้นที่ต่อไปครับตรงนี้เดี๋ยวค่อยมาจบเควส
People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
Take a sniff.
ข้างใน
The same drape's fang is gone. The whole mother crystal gone.
My reputation will be ruined.
เกิดอะไรขึ้น
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac, I beg of you, before you do yourself a mischief.
Pardon the intrusion, but...
Pardon.
Out! Get out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't
มาได้
be
แล้วเฉย
disturbed.
ดูเถอะ
Leave me be!
รีบออกไปซะฉันไม่มีอะไรจะคุยกับเจ้า
Allow me to apologize.
ต้องขอโทษด้วยที่เขาเสียมารยาท
And he's never been fond of guests arriving unannounced.
Radim! Get rid of the filthy oaf this instant!
Very good, Lord Ignac. Would you mind stepping outside for a moment?
I'm sorry if I've caused you any trouble.
That? Oh, no. That's just how his lordship is. Though the morning's events have left him somewhat fractious. He has been dispossessed of his luggage, you see. The thieves also made away with a considerable amount of coin. Coin the innkeeper will soon be keen to collect.
I don't suppose a certain blade was among the stolen items. A single-edged sword. It was purchased from a merchant friend of mine.
Ah, you know Lady Karen. Yes, I'm afraid it was.
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage. But I have one condition.
You have but to state it. You are welcome to anything that is within my power to grant.
I want an audience with Lord Ignac. A few minutes should be enough. Then I'll be on my way.
A condition I would be a fool to refuse. Of course, you shall have your audience.
I don't suppose you saw where the thieves went.
I did not, no. Though some discreet inquiries made on his lordship's behalf mean that I know where you might find them. The bandit's bed. Every ill-gotten coin in Dalamal is said to pass through that disreputable corner of the Valcroy.
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your absence. and arrange for an audience upon your triumphant return.
That will be very kind of you.
Farewell, and best of luck.
โอเคไม่มีโอ้โหมาโคตรจะไกลไม่เป็นไรฮะเรามาวาร์ปตรงนี้วาร์ปตรงวาร์ปคอยดิเซอร์โอเคเอาดิ
All right.
สวยขออนุญาตดูแป๊บหนึ่งฮะเผื่อการผมไม่แน่ใจโอเคผมไม่แน่ใจละว่าค่าตัวสีฟ้ามันคือค่าอะไรตอนเวลาเราฆ่ามอนได้ถือว่าเป็นการฟาร์มฮะไปในตัวด้วยต่อยเรียบร้อยได้มา18ตายแล้วน่ะฟื้นฟูพลังชีวิตด้วยนะท่านี้อ้าวโจรภูเขา
Dove vultures. Preying on the trade caravans. You target.
นักเวทเหรอเตะเรียบร้อยโอ้ย48มวนธรรมดานะเนี่ย ใช้ไปตายเรียบร้อยเจอแล้วทำการพายุทรายเลยเหรอหมาป่าทะเลทรายโอ้โห78แป๊บเดียวจะถึง 2,000 แล้วอะฟาร์มให้เกลี้ยงแบบดีกว่ามั้งแม่นะเพิ่มพลังชีวิตด้วยนะท่านี้บอกไว้เลยนิดเดียวก็เหอะ24ไม่ทัน1,500แล้วเก็บของก่อนอ๋อมาดิ
Come on, lads, let's tear the bastard's head off.
โ มาโดนโดนละแตกมาโอ้ไมค์แตกเรียบร้อยบล็อกทีอย่างมัน
This must be Ignac's luggage. Nothing seems to be damaged. All right. Let's get it back to Dalamil.
I hear I have you to thank for the return of my effects.
นี่เธอกลับมา
What
ทำ
should
ไม
I call you, my good man?
Wyvern. Glad to make
สุด
your
ท้ายก็กลับมาชมเราฮะ
A formidable name indeed. Well,
ขอโทษทีที่ฉันเข้า
I
ใจผิ
appear
ด
to be in your debt. Redeem here tells me you wished for an audience. Is that all?
A few moments of your time should suffice, yes.
You're a peculiar fellow, Wyvern. All right, speak.
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain single-edged sword you recently acquired.
Oh, a true work of art, that one. Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get my hands on that sword. It was made in the Outer Isles, far beyond the Twins, and is used exclusively by the practitioners of a unique school of swordsmanship. They believe no combat should ever exceed a single strike and hone their blades to such perfection that none ever does. Each sword is made for that one perfect stroke, and for that stroke only. They crack upon a second blow. There's a brutal sort of beauty to it, really.
But how do they hone such an edge?
Fine question. Why, they use a whetstone, of course. Whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the fine. 10,000 licks with the sharpening stone, then 10,000 more. But it is the final stone which lends the blade its legendary sharpness. A mineral quite foreign to this great realm of ours. And that is the key. The secret ingredient. Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly equal to services rendered. Take this, together with my regards. The very stone of which I spoke, far rarer among collectors than even the blade itself, and a far more fitting payment.
Thank you.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship. However, it is long past time we prepared ourselves to depart.
So it is. I am locked in bitter competition with a rival collector of curiosities. I am one step ahead of the unscrupulous scoundrel, but he is hard at my heels.
And there are many other collectors out there.
Too many to count, but only one do I consider my nemesis. Lord Byron Rosfield. And is a perennial thorn in my side.
I can imagine.
Farewell, Wyvern. May our paths cross again. Radim, we mustn't dawdle.
โอเคแล้วก็ไป
I think his lordship is rather
Radim.
taken with you, Master Wyvern. Thank you again for your assistance. Coming, my lordship. I'll be right there.
Trust Uncle Byron to find such an interesting rival. Now, let's see what Blackthorn makes of this whetstone, shall we?
โอเค กลับไปเคลียร์เควสกันฮะ3 เควสเลย อยู่ตรงนี้ทั้งหมด
Is that the thing? Times helped a bit.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Goat. Still alive, I see. So Lady Karen accepted the ruby.
Ah, about that. I tried my best, but she was just too stubborn to take it. She threw it right back in my face, in fact, and told me I could stick my stupid stone where the sun don't shine.
Karen refused payment.
I hope it wasn't something I said.
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever. Let me see what I can do.
Oh, wonderful. I hope you have better luck than I did.
นี่ได้ของตอบแทนแล้ว Okay.
Lady Karen, Goat tells me you weren't happy with our offer. Would you prefer the debt was repaid in coin?
What debt? I don't recall lending any of you lot me hard-earned gil. I may have tossed a talent or two in the Hideaway's coffers, but those were donations, and you can hardly call it charity if you go asking for it back.
Of course not. But one good turn deserves another. And our circumstances have changed. Surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper who happened to have become a prince.
Oh, so you're a prince now, are you? Fine. But I'm selling it and taking what I'm owed, then you're getting the rest whether you like it or not.
Star Ruby.
Where'd you even get this? A decent trader might nab 1,000 talents for a star ruby. A canny one, meanwhile, might claim it were nicked from the belt of Sid the Outlaw himself and ask twice as much. Might be I already have a buyer in mind. Might be you even know her. The fine continental maid whose beauty's only eclipsed by a guile in commerce. You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all. Just be sure to tell her that it's always a pleasure doing business.
I hear you ended up delivering all 3 stones. thanks to this lump. I sometimes wonder what I pay you for.
Speaking of which,
I'll
I still haven't been paid last month's wages.
กลับมากูตีอีก
Oh, so you remember what's owed to you then? Get your ass behind that disc of yours and don't get up before those ledgers are square.
Right away.
ผิดหวังครับผิดหวัง
I've seen that before.
Yeah, yeah. Plenty of times. It was the only goblet Sid ever used, either out of habit or because the filthy sod couldn't be bothered to find a clean one.
I knew so little about him.
Like most people.
Martha and the Dame both seem to have fond memories of him.
I bet they do.
How long did you know Sid before he...
Before he died. 20 summers, give or take. Back in the day, I was a purser on a trade ship, which is where I met him. He bought passage to, forget where. But having nothing better to do on the long nights, we set up drinking island rum till the morning bell dragged me back to my duties. Quit my post not long after that, on account of making a fine maiden's belly fat. But me and Sid stayed close, promising we'd one day sail the seas again. That was before fate stepped in and said she was having none of it. The magic woke inside my son soon after his first name day.
ซีนโคตรเยอะพาร์ทนี้เขาบอก
Couldn't you and your family have...
My family were the ones who
พาร์ทหน้าเดี๋ยวเราค่อยบู๊กันอีกฮะ
wanted the monster taken away. I couldn't turn my back on him, forget what I felt, and I couldn't for the life of me understand how they could. Luckily, Sid was of the same mind as me. It was him who stood beside me when all I wanted was to tear the whole world down. Him who cried for me when I had no tears left of my own. Him who swore he'd do everything he could to stop it from happening again. And he was true to his word, too. Left the Royal Army once and for all. His ranks, his ribbons, gone. Just like that. Threw away everything he had. All to right a wrong that no one else
หา
had
ของ
the
หา
courage
ของ
to
ไม่เจอ
I knew then I'd follow that man to the ends of the earth.
โหย้อนความไปเมื่อสมัยก่อนตอนซิดยังอยู่เลยฮะ
He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, But I wanted you to know, this place would be fucked without you.
จดหมายจากซิดที่ส่งถึงออตโตครับ
You grumpy old sod.
เปรียบเป็นเพื่อนร่วมทุกข์ร่วมสุขกันครับ
This note.
เขาน่าจะเสียใจมากที่
What about it?
ซิดได้เสียชีวิตไปแล้วครับ
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction. I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
ยังหาของไม่เจอ
Would you rather go at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go,
ก่อนที่จะไป
Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
ให้แก้วนี่เป็นการตอบแทนของที่ระลึกจากซิดครับผมในเมื่อเราทำเควสของออโต้เสร็จแล้วใช่ไหมครับเขาก็จะกล่าวขอบคุณเราฮะแล้วเขาจะมอบซื้อโกลแบตให้เราครับเป็นของตอบแทนครับผมโอเคมาดูกันครับ แบล็กโทนจะมีอะไรให้เราฮะปลดล็อกอะไรอีกเอาชาล้นก่อน
I noticed you and Torgal had gone off somewhere. Take him for a walk, did you?
You could say that.
So, Molly's leftovers weren't good enough, eh? That'll teach me for treating you like you're still a pup. All right, no need to shout. Now we know what you're after, I can see about getting some in.
Speaking of which, I brought one for later. Can I leave it with you?
โห3 ชั่วโมงแล้วไม่ได้ดำเนินเควสต่อ
You can, eh? I'm nice like that. In return, you can thank Tomes for me. The bloody know-it-all.
I was just on my way to see him.
ข้างหลังเหรอโอเค
Ah, Clive. Were you able to locate your quarry?
We were indeed, Lawsman. You pointed us in exactly the right direction. And Torgal's been a very happy hound ever since.
Very good, very good.
Lady Karen sends her thanks, by the way, for your part in solving the mystery.
Ah. But that reminds me. After your last visit, I found myself pondering Torgal's talents. Do you recall our conversation concerning Lady Jill's role in Torgal's transformation?
About how she somehow woke the power within him.
Precisely that. A reasonable conclusion, I thought, but one which raised certain questions in my mind. You see, the Fenrir of legend served Shiva and Shiva alone, and while the powers attributed to him are certainly impressive, the records imply they are somewhat different in nature to those you described Torgal as having used.
What are you suggesting?
That Torgal may be the beneficiary of more than one icon's power. Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, he has served as a loyal companion to you, your brother, and even the late Cid. In short, the icons hitherto near at hand, or should I say at paw, have been diverse and plenty, and that number has only grown as the realm's dominance have fallen to your sword. One can but speculate as to how all of this has affected Torgal.
He has seemed more fierce of late.
And if I am not mistaken, he will grow fiercer still. We are fortunate indeed to be able to count him amongst our allies and not our adversaries.
Oh, he's more than an ally. He's a friend.
โอเคเวทคอมพลีทเควสสุดท้าย
Sorry for the wait, but hopefully you'll agree it was worth it.
You learned something about that sword then?
I did better than that.
น่าจะตีดาบให้เราไหม
Whetstone. Yes. But not one you'll find anywhere in Valisthea.
No wonder I couldn't get the same finish on the grinding wheel. One hit and all done, eh? Might not be so bad if all you ever fought were duels. Good luck on the battlefield. Your second opponent would be your last, no matter how good you were.
Even so, is there some way it could be used to give the curse breakers an edge?
I think so, yeah. With this whetstone and the right kind of steel, I could probably even make a twin of the blade that rattled me. But there'd be no replacing this little rock once I worn it down to a sliver. I reckon we get a dozen swords from it, if that. Swords that the curse breakers wouldn't know how to wield properly, and that would see them through a single fire piece. Nah, no point trying to copy that thing. Be about as much use as a wax anvil. But finishing our blades with a whetstone this fine, now that's something to consider. And what's finer than fallen masonry, eh? Or more hard-wearing, for that matter. Just imagine it. Good Valisthean steel with an edge as sharp as any found in the Outer Isles. I won't make a copy, nah. I'll make something much better.
I'm sure the curse breakers will be delighted. Just don't push yourself too hard.
Don't you worry about me, sunshine. I've been working day and night since I was half your age, and I'll still be here when you're long gone. Hey, thanks, Clive. I mean it.
เดินไปหาของให้
Everyone,
ให้
always
แบ็กโทน
do.
ครับ โอ้โห
It's good
ลำบาก
to know
มาก
someone's looking out for me.
He'll be happy to hear you said that.
And I'll see that my debt to you's paid. First new blade I make's got your name on it. You come and find me when you've got the materials.
Right? I will.
เรียบร้อย Excalibur
What do you need? So, what'll it be?
A caliber receive
Anything else?
โอเคครับเดี๋ยวขอสักครู่นะฮะมาหมวดใหม่แล้วโอ้จะเต็มแล้วเดี๋ยวของแป๊บ
He cracked it. Crystal too? Joking.
เอาแฮะโอเคฮะหลังจากนั้นเราก็ไปหามิดอีกครับผมสวัสดีครับคุณอดิเทพครับก็หาเนี่ยไม่ว่างครับจบแล้วไม่มีเพื่อนเล่นด้วยแจกเงินดีกว่าสุดยอดเลยแจกเงินอีกแล้วทำไงได้มีเงินสัก3-4 แสนนะเราเรื่อยๆดีกว่าครับ
Wish I could take one of our birds.
ให้น้องเดนนิส20,000จะเอาไปซื้อเพย์5โอเคโอเวอร์เอนจิเนียร์
Sid, reckon you might be just the man to help me out of a bit of bother, if you've a mind to.
Let's hear it.
Well, it's about this alembic the chief's got me making. Lovely bit of kit it is. Bunging a solution you want splitting, and it will separate it out, just like that. Problem is, it won't always get rid of all the impurities.
ทั้งเนื้อให้ตัวมี75 บาทเอง
Some
ครั
of
บ
the stuff we need it for, that ain't good enough. Which is why I've been looking for something to filter the liquid we'll be cooking off. And that's where I was hoping you could help me out.
I imagine Ty
Okay.
could get some use out of this alembic too.
อ๋อนี่ต้องทำเควสอีกแล้ว
All right. Why not?
Proper job!
So what exactly do you need for this filter?
Nothing but
Ma.
mash'll do, says the chief. Gave me a
ไป
sample
ลุยกับ
sheet
บอมเหรอ
obtained from the university stores. Couldn't believe my eyes. You pour
ไม่ขออะไรมากแค่ว่าดูทุกวันพี่สบายใจแล้ว
comes out clear as a mountain stream. So, I did a bit of reading about where I might be able to get hold of some. And do you know what I found out? It's only the blimmin' bones of a bomb king. They leave them behind when they die, see?
I take it that's where I come in.
ตีบอมคริงเหรอ
If you wouldn't mind. I saw a billet on the hunt board for one just the other day. Would have gone myself, but, well, fighting dirty great balls of flame ain't exactly my forte. You, on the other hand...
All right. I'll see what I can do.
โอเค
Thank you kindly. And
เดี๋ยวเราไปหาให้
good hunting, eh?
มาฮันติ้งตรงนี้เลยเหรอ โอเค มีทางลงให้ไหมเนี่ย นี่ไง เจอแล้ว เควสเหรอ เป็นสเปเชียลเควสนะครับผม เราจะต้องไปหาบอมคิงนะครับ ในสถานที่ฮะ นี่ครับ ซึ่งอยู่ที่ The Clock Sandbake โอ้โหเด้งบี แ เป็นสเปเชียลเควสพิเศษครับอยู่เลยนะสถานที่ The Cross Sandbake ไปตรงไหนก็ได้ฮะทางด้านขวาไปเควสไหนก่อนก็ได้ไปสถานที่ตรงไหนก่อนก็ได้ครับแล้วคราวนี้เราดูสถานที่โอเคอยู่ไหนเอ่ยเดี๋ยวเรามาดูน่าจะมาตรงนี้นะฮะโอเคเอามาถึงตรงนี้โอเคครับมีบางจุดที่เรายังไม่ได้ไปนะลองไปดูครับเราจะเดินไปนะฮะโดนโอเคมาตรงนี้ละมังกรอีกแล้ว
This won't be easy.
โ โอ้ตายเลยทีเดียวอย่างโหดเรียบร้อยโอเคมาจุดนี้ดูครับโอเคครับเลี้ยวซ้ายครับเดินตรงไปโอเคครับผมนี่ฮะมาครับเจอแล้วฮะบอมซีแรงบีครับผมแรงบีได้ไงไม่รู้
Look what we have here. Greetings, Your Majesty.
สวยละโอ้แยกล่างได้ด้วยฮะราชาเดือดจังให้ระเบิดตูมโอ้โหอย่างโหดท้ายก็เหลือตัวเดียว โอเคสักหน่อยไหมพวกเรียบร้อยอย่าให้มันชาร์จเดี๋ยวไปอัพด้วยครับ37บอมแอมเบอร์
Your reign is over. Now to collect the ash.
โอเคครับผมเรียบร้อยฮะสำหรับบอมครับผม
Let's see if there's any more.
โอเค
That should do it. If Hawaii needs more than this, he can fetch it himself.
Is that the thing Tomes helped build?
เดี๋ยวไปเอาของก่อน
Mid told me she was building a ship.
How may I help you today, Clive? Here you are.
โอเคจะ850แล้วของเพิ่มประสิทธิภาพในการฮีล 25% ไปเคลียร์เควสก่อน โอเคครับเดี๋ยวจากนั้นเราก็มาคุยกับนายช่างโอเว่นต่อนะฮะ
All right there, Sid? How's that hunt for the bomb ash going?
I have it here.
แนะนำของมาให้เขาฮะ
That's the stuff. And plenty of it, too. Enough to keep the Olympic bubbling away for a good old while. You're a gent, Sid. Let nothing say otherwise. Right then, let's get this contraption up and running.
เรียบร้อยทำอะไรให้เราหรือเปล่าอาหารsometime later เวลาต่อมา
Telemon Alembic. And it works just like the chief said it would.
Very impressive.
Says the man who cut down a burning boulder. Speaking of which, I still haven't returned the favor.
There's no need. The good it will do for the hideaway is reward enough.
Don't be silly. Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours? The one you keep your potions in. Reckon I could work some magic on that, huh?
What kind of magic?
Well, we happen to have isolated a substance in our test run of the Alembic that I reckon will make even the toughest lever supple as anything. Thought we might use it to breathe new life into old boots and the like. Save the hideaway
Marvel
a
the
few
Black
gil.
Panther
But I reckon if we slap a bit on your bag, it'll loosen it up enough for you to squeeze in a bottle or two more.
Well, It can't hurt to try, I suppose.
แบ็คแพนเตอร์เหรอครับ
Leave it with me.
น่าสนอยู่นะแบ็คแพนเตอร์แต่จะออกมาให้ชาวแฟนเกมเขาผิดหวังอีกหรือเปล่ามาคอยดูกัน
Well, what do you reckon?
It certainly feels more flexible.
Right? Told you.
Thank you. I think.
No. Thank you for supporting Mid and the rest of us in our endeavors. Without you, we'd never have been able to discover wonders like that stuff I rubbed on your bag. And I'm telling you, there's plenty more where that came from.
โอเคเควสเรียบร้อย Taste Potion คราวนี้เราสามารถซื้อ Potion ได้เยอะขึ้นใช่ไหม
How are you doing? Anything catch your eye?
พอร์ตไม่มีละไม่มีเควสละไม่มีเควสค้างโอเค
Mid? Told me she was building a ship.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
Well, don't just stand there gawping. Coin purse weighing you down.
อ่า
It'd better
Which
all
hand
be
did they hold?
here. You're rubbing me blind,
Okay.
you know.
Clive. So, what'll it be? Should last you a good while.
ซื้อไว้ก่อนครับปีหน้าอยากถึง100,000 ซับโอ้โหขนาดนั้นเลยใจเย็นดาบนี้ยังไม่สุดยอดพอ
And
We cracked the crystal too? You're joking.
จดหมายนี้พยายามมารับบ่อยๆนะครับเผื่อมีเควสที่เกี่ยวกับเนื้อเรื่องนะฮะโอเคพี่นี่ก็น่าจะไปก่อนแล้วครับตอนนี้ไว้เจอใหม่พาร์ทหน้าดีกว่าครับผมนี่ได้มา3 ชั่วโมงกว่าแล้วครับผมขอบคุณทุกท่านที่รับการรับชมอีกครั้งนะฮะหลังจากที่รอบนี้เคลียร์เควสไปซะอื้อซ่าเลยครับผมหมดแล้วครับเดี๋ยวพาร์ทหน้าเดี๋ยวเราค่อยมาบู๊กันครับขอบคุณทุกท่านที่รับการรับชมอีกครั้งนะฮะขอบคุณน้องเดนนิสครับถึงจะมาช้าหน่อย แต่เข้าใจเขาเพิ่งเลิกเรียนไม่เป็นไรฮะเราให้อภัยกันได้อย่าลืมนะวันเสาร์พี่รอดูอยู่โอเคครับผมไปเจอใหม่พาร์ทหน้าครับบ๊ายบายครับผมแล้วเจอกันพาร์ทหน้าน่าจะบู๊ละ